I'm Laura Rowden from Rogers, Arkansas, and we are the family of Chris White, who has been wrongly convicted of the rape of his two biological children. He is currently serving a 35-year sentence, 8 of which have already been served in Cummins Prison in the state of Arkansas. Chris, finding himself as a single father, reached out to the state of Arkansas for insurance to cover his children. After filing a medical claim with the Department of Human Services, they transposed 2 numbers of his Our Kids Medicare number, which led to the claim not being paid properly and thus garnishing his wages. He was evicted from his residence and they found themselves homeless. In March of 2002, his children were kidnapped from school by the Child Protective Services and taken into state custody for homelessness. Our family was never contacted to arrange placement for his children. During this time frame, the children were placed in several foster care homes with constant changing of caseworkers handling his case. Chris attended required parenting classes and received counseling trying to get his children home. He had set up housing, got a good job with Walmart Aviation, and the DHS came in for a home study to allow unsupervised visits. While at one of the 2 unsupervised visits, both the children had a bicycle accident, which led to one of the foster families calling the hotline. The state hotline advised the foster family to take the youngest daughter to the emergency room, where an ER physician stated injuries were consistent with a bike wreck. But it did not stop there, and this is where homelessness turned into sexual abuse for Chris White. Through our efforts fighting for Chris White's injustice, we found numerous documents stating that they had not been protected while in DHS custody. During this time, there were over 150 documented counseling sessions where the children denied their father ever touched them inappropriately, but spoke of numerous counts of other abuse. These documents were not entered into evidence due to the rape shield law, and this prevented Chris White from getting a fair trial. We have done everything we could think of to expose corruption within the family services of the state of Arkansas, including a letter to Pat Page, the director of DHS, who shortly after our letter asking to investigate Chris White's case resigned due to the death of 4 children and a large investigation on a foster parent molesting children in the social care system. Several letters were written to all members of DHS within Little Rock, Arkansas. Over 200 stamped letters to every state and federal congressman, with only 3 replies, and all 3 stating that they had no jurisdiction over DHS. No one was ever willing to investigate Chris's case. The heart of Chris White's defense has always been that the children have been sexually abused while in foster care, but the persons associated with the Department of Human Services, the Child Advocacy Center, and the Ozark Guidance Center, perhaps wishing to avoid the reality that the children had been abused while in DHS custody, led, suggested, and persuaded the children over 2.5 years of therapy to accuse their father and confirm the authorities' pre-existing conclusion. What we are asking is that someone open up Chris White's case and investigate this case based on all the documents that we have of the children being molested in foster care, and DHS not allowing this evidence into Chris's criminal trial due to the rape shield law.